Hi again, folks. Russell again with another in the series of tutorials of different drummer. And today I'm going to do one on the ABA portion of different drummer. That's where you're able to uh, combine segments that you've completed and put them together in the form of a song. Um, there's something to keep in mind though with that, and that's the uh, measures and beats that are in each of the segments that you're chaining together, and trying to keep that all lined up. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead. What I've done is I've created a few different wave sets, which I've been using synonymously with segments here. Uh, and so I've named them, as you could see, uh, intro one, intro two, outro, verse one, two, that sort of thing. And I'll go ahead and just start this right here, just so you can get a sense of where I started from here. Okay, so taking that as the starting point, if you go to the ABA section here, um, actually before I go there, let me show you something else here as well. Um, this kind of sticks, clicking on this arrow to go back to the parent folder, um, and I'm having trouble getting it to respond here. So anyway, I created a folder in the parent directory called what I call it, called ABA. Okay, it's this arrow, and this screen's a lot easier to get around to. And then when you get into the sequences, um, the plus button was used to create the name of the sequence. And then once you got that, then go ahead and hit your blue arrow button. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and get out of that, and because I've already created one. And then, so once you've hit the blue arrow, you'll see that in the list of sequences here off the side. And then if you go to the section below that and go into the folder where you've thrown your wave sets as you've created them, then you can um, start to select those that you want, and with the plus button, add them. Um, and you could specify how many measures you want for that wave set to last. As you can see here, I've got four uh, measures of intro 1, 4 of intro 2, and so on. You could also click your edit and move them around as you desire. And you could also select each one of these and hit your minus icon there to delete that from the ABA section. Um, Also, if you choose a different section from the one that's highlighted, like in this case, I've got verse 2 highlighted above, verse 1 below, I could hit the equal icon and replace it. And you could also change your number of measures when doing so in order to replace it. Now, I'll play this here in a minute just so you could hear what it sounds like. The play button up at the top is separate from the wave set play button in the main screen. You also have the ability to loop on that ABA composition as well. What I did want to show though was that in verse 1, I think it is, no, it doesn't appear to be, maybe verse 2. Yeah, verse 2. In addition to doing ABA, I'm also doing a progression in the composition screen. Um, and so that's just doing a C, F, C major 7, F major 7, G7 progression, and it loops. And each one of those are 8 beats long, which means 2 measures. So this whole progression will loop after 6 measures. So if you're doing something like that in the ABA section, you need to account for that. And so here in this case, I've got verse 2 and I've actually got 6. So it's actually going to complete one whole loop of that progression and then go back in and play 2 measures of C from the start before it skips over into the next wave set. Also, you can download this as MIDI, and let's see, I think that's really about all I wanted to describe on it. I'd still kind of struggle with a smooth transition between the wave sets from time to time. I just put up a demo on SoundCloud, and you may have noticed there were areas where it didn't transition well. I'm not really sure why that is. Maybe it's something I need to talk to the developer about. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just play this and drop the audio here for a moment. Okay, I hope that makes sense, and as always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below or shout at me on Audio Buzz Forum. Take care.